Shalom everybody, we're here at Alma Research and Education Center with Alma President Sarit Zahavi. Tomorrow, Israel and Lebanon are signing the agreement hosted by the US on the Maritime in regards to the Maritime border. And we've been focusing on this subject a lot here at Alma Center. And I'd like just in a few words to speak about the pros and cons about the agreement coming up. And I'd like to hear first from you, as a resident of the North, researching the North. What do you think about the agreement?
No doubt the agreement will contribute to the relationship between Israel and the United States, since it was very important for the United States to close the deal in this political timing where we have elections in Israel and the Lebanese president is about to finish his term within a few days. No doubt this agreement will provide some stability and sense of security to signing more contracts with energy companies around future gas reservoirs in the Israeli side and of course on the Lebanese side as well. But actually the bottom line is that this agreement bought us time, because a few months ago Hezbollah very clearly threatened war. His military operatives on the borderline were prepared to war. We have been seeing them on the borderline every day when we are there. And the feeling was that if there wouldn't be an agreement, Hezbollah is willing to go to war. I definitely believe to this threats of Nasrallah. This agreement, I'm not sure it will prevent war, but I'm pretty sure it helped to postpone the next conflict. And actually, this reason is not their reason for Nasrallah to go to war. We will have to search for new reasons.
A new trigger.
Yeah.
But so we signed an agreement with Lebanon. Sounds promising. What are our reservations?
Eventually, I cannot even define this agreement as a compromise. This agreement is a concession, if you look at that from the Israeli point of view, because Israel accepted the Lebanese position, which was the position in the past decade, and until 2 years ago actually, and recognized the border between Israel and Lebanon as will be declared in front of the UN as the Lebanese position, except for 5 kilometers next to the seashore, which what we call the buoy line. 5 kilometers that were marked unilaterally by the state of Israel after the withdrawal from Lebanon in 2000. 5 kilometers that are along the Israeli original position of where the border should go, and 5 kilometers where the Israeli Navy is patrolling in order to secure the seashore of Israel. So on this we insisted, and we didn't receive a Lebanese recognition of these 5 kilometers as a border, but we did receive a recognition in the status quo. Saying this agreement is permanent and this is the status quo, and it enables us to continue the status quo as it is, and this is of course very important. But if I'm talking about the messaging around this agreement, and I ignore for a moment the issue of the money, of how much money is there, how much gas is there between all these lines that Israel actually gave up on, the main problem is the messaging. The main problem is that we wanted to get an agreement in this political timing, but what Hezbollah is getting out of that is that Israel gave up
a moral victory,
a kind of a moral psychological victory. And the way to actually change the atmosphere or change the messaging that Hezbollah is getting is to start to harvest the gas as soon as possible.
So, is this the beginning of a wonderful friendship?
This is very important to clarify. In opposed to all these hopes and, declarations that we heard from all sides, I think, about the fact that Lebanon is signing an agreement with Israel, so it's kind of a recognition in the existence of the state of Israel, and it's a recognition of Hezbollah, all of that. It's misunderstanding of the reality. And the reality is that Israel is presenting a letter to the UN, actually to the Americans, committed to the UN, and Lebanon is presenting a letter to the UN, committed
completely
to the Americans.
No ceremony, no mutual photo op.
And eventually this agreement doesn't change anything in the relationship between Jerusalem and Beirut, which have no relationship. It has no political meaning of this sense. It is not implying to any normalization between the countries, because Hezbollah will not enable that. It is just, the meaning of this agreement is eventually just an economic agreement to share profits around gas rigs, even though we are marking the border, And I think this is very important to clarify that. There is a discussion whether the agreement is good or bad. Here in the Alma Center, we are a professional think tank based in the north. Our mission is to explain the advantages and disadvantages of this agreement, and not to discuss whether it's good or bad.
We're not here to judge, we're here to explain.
Yes, Alma Center is an independent organization that focuses on Israel's security challenges on the northern borders. We are trying as much as possible to stay away from all these politics around the agreement.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.